Hopefully we're back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully we're back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Do we hear me? Do we not? Let me know. Do you hear me? Good for me. Great. Okay, wonderful. Man, it's frustrating to start off with technical issues, guys. We were starting off with 6 likes for that stream. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Hopefully you guys can see me. Appreciate y'all. What is up? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Green Foundation or Green Giants, Blue Foundation, Deep Red Alliance. Great. Wonderful to hear. I'm happy to hear it, guys. Dang, dude, it's so frustrating. This is why the support is so, important, you guys. It helps us get into a studio where none of this BS continues to happen, man. Like, we keep getting now muted every time we start a stream. I don't even know what's going on. I'm just doing it the way that I usually do it. Internet cutting off and restricted to that. Like, this is why we need the support, you guys, so we can just get into a freaking studio already and be able to do this stuff, like, consistently without any hiccups. Right, it gets really frustrating, man, because we put in some hard work, and just to have technical hiccups that like limit viewership, just is hard to get over. Hard to get over. But anyways, now that we can hear, now that we can see, I am appreciative, guys. Thanks for hitting the like on the way in. Thanks to any new subscribers to the channel, and thanks to any new members who are signing up. Once again, if you sign up for a membership, whether it's a tiny green giant or higher, you get all your answers question on the live streams here or in the comments as well, so that a lot more bang for your buck in terms of your questions if you guys are signing up to be members. For those who aren't members or who are blue wrenches, we're trying to figure out something for the blue wrenches here, but it's hard to keep. If I were to say you guys get 1 question per stream, it would be hard for me to keep track of, and I would have to scroll through the chat to make sure you didn't, we'll figure out something there. But for now, blue wrenches and grays, 99 cents per question, unless you become a green giant. Then, of course, I'll answer all the questions. We do have some news to go over. We have 7-day gains to go over. We're going to go over the gains of the past week from our deep reds, and then we only have like a handful of deep reds to go over with you guys now that things are starting to move on up, now that we're starting to get some no sound here. Wait, okay, so I'm getting Fly Kiwi saying no sound. I'm getting Martin saying good evening. I'm getting Jeffrey Mix saying my JR said we're okay. Fly Kiwi saying, yes, I heard something. Soul of Hefe saying sound is good. Jam 2.1 saying, okay, so Jam 2.1 saying I have sound. Obese, okay, great. Appreciate that. Thank you. Just want that clarity. Okay, great. Thank you. I'm tired of these technical issues, guys. I know you guys are as well. The support means the world, guys. If we already have 15 people jumping on in, 15 likes, helps us get closer to a studio, helps us have not technical difficulties, and helps us be a little bit better of a show than we were yesterday. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and I'm so grateful to the community jumping on in. Once again, shout out to Fly Kiwi, Roger in the house. What the hell is your background, my guy? My background is Stronghold Blue Castle, full of blue bricks. We have blue roses of the Rose token, right? We got blue butterflies of IXO. We got the Stellar and Naoris Saturn planet. We got our big star, XPX. We got the cosmos and the stars and constellations up in the air. We got our TIBBIR frog on our shoulder right here. Right? We're building a world, a decentralized world here. There's shadow muting you. Yeah, for sure, without a doubt. Wouldn't be surprised. They got to find other ways, man. They got to find other ways to freaking stop this show. But once again, man, that was a question from a gray. I kind of just slipped up there, but 99 cents per question. But I mean, it's this one I don't mind answering if people want some clarity of what the hell the background is. But any questions from grays, once again, 99-cent donation. Blue wrenches, 99-cent donation for questions. Unless you guys sign up for memberships, right? Tiny Green Giant is about $1.99 and higher. You get as many questions as you want answered. And you can ask me to do some research on specific cryptos if you're a green giant, right? Jay Grimm in the house. What's up? Good to see you. Appreciate everybody. Thanks for saying hello to the fellow Blue Foundation. But yeah, we're stacking up blue bricks, man. So we're going to go over the 7-day gains. We're going to go over some news, and we're going to go over the deep reds. Only a handful of deep reds to be going over. There's not many deep reds laying around that are just straight up red across the board, or at least low percentage of gains and red across the board. A lot of cryptos are starting to move on up as we go into new year. Fantastic to see. What's up, P? What's up, Dog21? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you. PF in the house. So yeah, we're going to go over the past week's gains. We go over deep reds every week, guys. And then on Mondays, we go over what are the gains of the past 7 days. We're going to be doing 2 streams today. So this is our morning, noon stream. We're going to do one later in the evening at around 5:30 p.m. or 5 p.m., right? Try to give you guys 2 streams, two times hanging out with the Blue Foundation. I want to do this more often, and I want to be able to hang out with you guys more often, talk crypto, keep it crypto. That's what we want to do, not talk about talking heads, right? What did they say? What did she say? All this type of stuff. We want to hear from the projects themselves, and we want to talk about relevant information, relevant news, and stuff that is relevant to the tech of these cryptos, right? Talking more about the tech potential of these digital assets. Nice Twitter hat. This is the XRP hat. I love it, Mix. Every time you're like, is this a Xbox hat? Is this I love it. Martin in the house. What is your goal in this Web3 financial change? Are you a long-term holder or some tokens, or is this a short-term game for you? I ask because you are in a lot of tokens. So we have a Tradle portfolio that we have a lot of tokens that we bought deep reds on. And we have our HODL portfolio, which is a finer amount. Like probably, maybe 10 cryptos, I'll say roughly, that I am super long term on, right? But the other ones we're doing for the speculative gains, right? Ones that can make us good short term gains that we can turn into blue chips. So that is my ultimate goal right there, Martin. Sorry if I keep calling you Martin, man. Hopefully that is your name. If not, I could call you Sender or Sendoran or whatever you want me to call you, man. But I appreciate you being a green giant, and thank you for the questions. But yeah, super long-term holder for my blue chips. I'm not cashing out my blue chips ever. Going to be hodling them. The scarcity of these assets is going to matter, right? It's going to be very important, and it's going to appreciate over time, especially if they're utility assets, especially if they're infrastructure assets, especially post-cyber event 2027. The end of the journey will be 2028. The beginning of a new journey will start, and catalyst of the new journey will start in 2029. And then we go into utility of our new digital assets, of blockchain technology, of distributed ledger technology. 2030 to 2040 is going to be an absolute boom in innovation, the new industrial revolution, as we've all been waiting for, right? It is still heavy speculation for now, but I am excited for that 2030 to 2040 decade where we start to reap the benefits of these early investments, especially in these infrastructure digital assets that are going to absolutely be necessary in the internet of value, especially when we're a cashless society and everything is being done digitally, machine to machine, agent to agent payments, right? AI to AI being more involved. We got some amazing news of developments, that are working towards this vision that, it's not my vision, right? It's the vision of, collective information from things like IBM, NTT Data, the BIS, right? Some really, really big, entities that are trying to gear us towards, a cashless society that is very obsessed and reliant on AI technology and just technology in general, right? Androids, artificial everything, tokenized everything, right? Data is the new gold. Well said there, Jam. So yeah, that is the goal. I am a long-term holder. I believe in this technology. I believe blockchain is going to change the world, and the things that are going to be enhancing blockchain, right? There's going to be enhancements on top of it. Things that are like DAG, right? DAG, base consensus, HBAR, right? Quant. These are non-blockchains, but they are going to enhance the potential and extremely accelerate the utility of blockchain technology, right? Things like TIBBIR for the agentic commerce, right? Agentic permissions layer. Things like Naoris that is going to be bringing cybersecurity to a whole new level. XX Network bringing privacy to a whole new level, right? the big star, right? We got that in our deep reds. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But guys, I appreciate the start to the show here. We're bringing the fire where we can hear, right? This is amazing, right? Call me what you want. For sure, brother. With all your knowledge, you have all these years, you don't want to start something for yourself? I mean, we'll see, man. I mean, trying to figure out a business plan around this right now while I'm working multiple jobs is a really tough thing. So hopefully, you know, maybe down the line when I have more time, that, you know, because that's what it is. Money is time, time is money. So the more money, the more time I'll have, right, to think about any business propositions or things to do related to that. You know, if this channel started making me enough income, right, it doesn't do any, you know, much income for right now, but eventually I would probably create an LLC around this to benefit from the income that we make from this channel. But for right now, we're not making enough income in general to even start doing stuff like that that can, you know, help us out with our taxes and, you know, any benefits and things like that. You know, right now I'm just working, I'm working basically 3 jobs, right? And I'm looking to quit one of them. Obviously, I don't want to quit this one. I consider this one kind of like a job because it makes me, you know, it pays off some of my utilities for my rent, right? It doesn't pay off much, but at least can help me pay off one of the bills per month by doing this. And hopefully, you know, with our new strategy for 2026, we can start building this community the right way, hopefully accumulating, you know, more subscribers, more members to move forward here and really make this channel be my main thing. Because that's the ultimate goal. I would love to be able to do twice a day streams and not worry about any of these other jobs. Like if I can quit both the jobs, that's ideal. But right now we have a small goal of just trying to quit one of our jobs. That'll help us already spend enough, you know, a lot more time on these streams, you know, with the Blue Foundation than we did even in 2025. And we were streaming basically daily. Every once in a while, you know, I'll get overwhelmed with work and I have to have days off or I have to have weeks off. You know, we're working like 12 to 14 hour days, no days off even still right now, right? You know, I got one of my jobs off today, but we're going to do 2 streams today, right? I don't really think of this as work though. You know, I just think of this as like, you know, fun and being able to hang out with the Blue Crew and do our thing here, right? We'll just call you Lulo, Martin. With all your knowledge, I appreciate you, man. I started using the social media on Base app. You can monetize your content, post micropayments. I'm testing it out. Maybe you would have interest in it. Yeah, dude. I mean, Base app is definitely evolving big time. I got to figure out. I got to update it to that. I kept it the old version of Base app, so I gotta update it to the social media version and see how we could, you know, maybe monetize our content and, you know, any other ways, right? Any other ways to just keep trying to draw more attentions to the YouTube here. Oh, dude, shout out to Mix. He's working it out, right? Shout out to you, man. Thanks for the 99-cent donation. He's making it happen. He's flexing his muscles, his knowledge on digital assets here. Shout out to you. So 7-day gains, guys. Let's jump into it. I'm so grateful for everybody hitting the like, and thanks to anybody who's supporting the channel. Farcaster. Dude, tell me more about this Farcaster. I keep hearing you talk about it. What is it a digital asset? Is it a blockchain? Is it a social media type of thing? I'm interested to know what Farcaster is, brother. Sounds interesting. But appreciate the donation, man. Thanks for the 99-cent. Working it out. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, it's a green day, boys. It's a green day, Spencer. Without a doubt. This is why we buy deep reds, guys. This is why we buy deep reds. People are starting to see the benefit of freaking deep reds, right? You buy it when it's right across the board. You all of a sudden start getting 40+% gains in the past 7 days, like we do here with the 7-day gainers. We're going to start off at our least gain. You know, I'm only counting cryptos that have given us about like 20+% up in the past 7 days, right? Everything else is like 10% up, right? Great to see some momentum, especially this early in the week. I'm excited to see what it's like in the middle of the week or towards the weekend, right? But we go to TIBBIR right now. TIBBIR, oh, come on. Please don't tell me they're muting me. You got to be kidding me, dude. You got to be kidding me that they're muting me. Fly Kiwi, this can't be me. This can't be me. Hopefully, guys, before I move forward. Oh, my. Okay. Jam 2.1 hears me. Fly Kiwi, this might be you. This might be you, man, because I keep going in and out. Right? Maybe for you, they're muting me, man. Maybe they don't want Fly Kiwi specifically to hear me. Anyways, okay. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback, guys. Okay, so we're going into the 7-day gains. TIBBIR, the green frog on my shoulder right here, man, the agentic permission layer, still in stealth, right? Now at 21 cents. This thing was at 15, 14 cents, right? Up 27% in the past 7 days. Great to see 27% gains coming from the frog. We're leaping around here. Can I get some frog heads in the chat, right? Can I get some ribbits in the chat? Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Budweiser, right? This freaking thing. Frogs are coming, man. DRGN, Dragon Chain, the Blue Dragon, man. I hope we enjoyed those dips at 007. They don't know what they're doing, man. Remember, these elite think they can get away with stuff, right? Because the majority of people are not buying 007 Dragon Chain, right? The majority of people in the crypto space are degens who only like meme coins and very low cap cryptos that have like just only potential. Right? Hell, you can make a lot of gains off of those. I'm not trying to throw shades, but there's a lot of distractions away from cryptos like this blockchain as a service USA crypto that has patents and quantum secure technology, right? The Blue Dragon, created in Disney. Let's not forget where its home was when it was created, right? This Blue Dragon was at 007. Easy to get thousands of these, guys. Easy to get thousands at 007. Now at a penny, plus 39% gains in the past 7 days. The Blue Dragon is getting ready for the Fire Horse year. It's getting ready for the Year of the Sun. What happens in the end of Game of Thrones? Daenerys runs, rise a freaking dragon and starts burning everything, right? The new system is coming, and dragons are going to be a part of it, man. DRGN, 39 cents, 1 penny right now, or 39% gains in the past week, 1 penny. That was in our deep reds. IXO, the blue butterfly floating around here, right? Look at these blue butterflies, right? IXO up 40+%, and it's still a deep red. It's at 003, up 40+%. Okay, maybe it's not a deep red, because deep red, you need to be red across the board. But this thing is still down on the year. It is 20 million supply. At 003, we are doing damage to this, guys. We have talked that we're going to be flipping the switch on basically the whole market, right? We're going to own the whole freaking market because of how many deep reds they've given us. And IXO, no question about it, right? When the Chinese New Year starts coming around, we're going to be flipping the switch on this one. The blue butterfly, plus 40% gains in the past 7 days. We got IrisNet. Dude, IrisNet, hey man, it is what it is. I known about this thing when it was at a penny. It went down to triple zeros. Maybe this is a FUD event to get people shaken out of the Iris ecosystem, because they do have Hyperledger connections. They do have heavy early establishment here in IBC. They're one of the founders of being able to create the interoperability protocol that is IBC, interblockchain, communication. AKT is a big benefit. Dude, the Cosmos ecosystem is one of the big gaining, ecosystems on our list right now, as the market is kind of giving us relief. We have been talking about how Cosmos ecosystem is going to make some of the biggest gains in this bull cycle, because they have been trying so hard to FUD everybody out of this freaking ecosystem, right? If we go back into the deep reds again, right? If there's another dip before the new year starts coming around, right? I know the new year is also on the 15th, right? There's many new years. There's January 15th new year. And then there's what's it called? The official Chinese New Year on, February 17th. And there's also an annular solar eclipse, the Ring of Fire, on that same day. Very rare occurrence right here. But great to see IrisNet going from 0005, 0006 up to 0008, 45% gains in the past 7 days. You got SHX at plus 52% gains at a penny. Dude, SHX went down to what? 006, 007? Back up to a penny we go. This is how fast the market can recover. This is how fast the bull cycle can come. I'm not saying we're in a bull cycle right now, but what I'm saying is that's all it takes is just a few daily green candles in a row, and all of a sudden you're looking really pretty. All of a sudden it's a whole different freaking world. It's a whole different market. It's a whole different sentiment towards the market, right? So excited for the bull cycle when people are going to be chasing pumps, and we are going to be benefiting. We're going to be able to convert it into gold. We're going to be able to convert it into stable coins and make those stable coins earn interest, right? We're going to be only converting our rewards, right? We're only going to be converting our rewards of cryptos that we have been making work for us during these deep reds, right? Now we're seeing the benefits of the deep reds. It takes a while, right? It takes a while for it to come together. But then when we accumulate so many deep reds and they keep making it redder and we don't overinvest, we keep chipping away little bit by little, all of a sudden now we have options, right? It starts going into the green on the weekly. We have options. We could do whatever we want now that we've made 52% gains on SHX if we were buying recently in the short term at 006, 007, right? Very excited for the XLM ecosystem and the Cosmos ecosystem to see what they're going to be doing, without a doubt. I'm confused. One ISO 20022 compliant crypto called XVG. Bought it, sold it. I don't know what to do with it. Maybe you can look into it. Shout out to you, Martin. Yeah, we've looked into XVG a good amount. XVG is a great privacy crypto. I like it as an X crypto. I like it as a speculative investment. I think in terms of speculation, I think XVG always draws water during the bull cycles. There hasn't been a public announcement by any entity outside of Verge that has said that it is ISO 20022 compliant. This is just coming from the project themselves. It could be something to draw interest into their project, right? Oh, we're privacy focused and we're ISO 20022 compliant. They do have real world applications, right, that we have seen in the past. Verge is a very divisive and very interesting crypto. I don't mind speculating on it. I don't mind hodling some. It's not the main focus of mine. It is privacy on the payments level. It is not private all the way through to the metadata level, right? So these transactions are still traceable. They can still be brought back to you, right? In some way, shape, or form. The only true privacy crypto that is out there right now that is fully private, that is permissionless, right? You can have privacy cryptos that are permissioned. Permission is its own different world, right? But XX Network is true privacy from the data and metadata level, right? So XX Network, and appreciate that, Martin. Thanks for the donation, man. Can we hit the like on Martin's post right here? I appreciate that donation, my dude. You know, you're already a green giant, and just to continue supporting and throwing out support like that, it means the world, my dude. It means the world. It really does. El Prey in the house. Shout out to you, El Prey. Let's go, guys. We are bringing a new era in 2026. The Blue Foundation is starting to rise up. Let's freaking go. Right? So XVG, I'm not going to talk smack about it because there is utility of it. There's a real technology. It's been around for a while. It is a Dino crypto. It is an X crypto. It's very, very divisive is what I'm trying to say. Right? It's a V crypto. It has a V logo. That's very interesting. Privacy focused. It's good that maybe it makes an integration with XX Network in the future for metadata privacy. Right? But XVG seems like it's more like, you know, just a very divisive crypto. Just really don't know what to think about it in terms of, you know, how secure, how safe is this investment really, or how, you know, so I don't mind speculating on it because it is still low in the deep reds, and it's still low in price. And we have seen this thing do pretty big gains during bull cycles. Like, guys, things are going to get wacky, right? Things are going to get wacky. Bull cycles, especially these speculative bull cycles that aren't based on utility whatsoever, right? Once again, not based on utility, based on potential, based on speculation. XVG is going to draw that. BTC is going to draw that. Ethereum, all of them are going to draw speculation in their own way, shape, or form. But privacy is definitely going to be something that's sought after. Metaverse is going to be something that's sought after and speculated on. NFT generation and NFT hubs, you know, especially the layer ones that have the best NFT markets, will be speculated on. Memes will be speculated on. You're going to see even the cryptos that you hate or don't even feel good about make gains. It's just the nature of the market, and it's a nature of way of distracting people away from the real cryptos, right? You know, so I'm just going to keep looking. You know, what's up, Base Patsy? I look back fondly. Only 5 days ago, TIBBIR was 14 cents. Those were the days. Base Patsy, perfect timing, dude. We were talking about the past 7-day gainers, right? On Mondays, we talk about the cryptos that we have talked about in the deep reds that have made gains for us in the past 7 days, the past week. TIBBIR right there at the start. TIBBIR plus 27% gains. It was at 14 cents. Now at 21 cents. Fantastic, right? What a nice little turnaround there. Dragon Chain at 007, 39% gains. up to a penny. IXO at 002 going up 40+% gains up to 003. We got IrisNet at plus 45% at 0004, 0005 up to 0008 now. And then we have SHX from 006 up to a penny plus 52% gains. This is why we do the deep reds, guys. This is why we take up the deep reds. Yeah, I mean, dude, XVG's got the liquidity as well. So there's definitely some interesting things about it. I don't mind having some of it in my portfolio though. So I know that you want me to say I'm overly bullish or not bullish, right? You want me to pick like one or the other, right? Like a very AI type of thing. You want me to be naughty or nice on it, right? But I'm just kind of middle of the road. Like it's something that I'm scared to miss out on. So I want a little bit of it in my portfolio. I'm not going over my head over it, right? But I definitely would like to, enjoy some of that speculation that it'll draw, right? So let's keep going, guys. We have cryptos in the deep reds. Let me go over some of the news. Those were the past 7-day gains. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the stream so far. Once again, hitting the like helps us out tremendously, helps us keep building towards we want to be in a studio, sharing charts, sharing visuals with you guys, being able to afford StreamYard monthly so we can do multicast to X and YouTube, and that'll even draw more people to the channel, more Blue Foundation to build up here. Very excited for 2026, for sure. Let's go into some of the news, right? So 2 pieces of news. We got a new Naoris website, right? Naoris, I've been talking about in the deep reds right now. Naoris is kind of a new kid on the block. This thing could still probably go further down, but I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Naoris as a top tier cybersecurity infrastructure play, right? No other blockchain project is doing what Naoris is doing with its proof of security, right? Delegated proof of security consensus, AI swarm technology, devices being, machine to machines being validators of the ecosystem, constantly evolving, constantly, updating, sending information back and forth to enhance cybersecurity. This is going to be pivotal, especially in a not only post-quantum world, but in an AI-driven world. Naoris, very excited about this one. Not many people talking about this crypto. Also, Saturn symbolism with this crypto. Very interested to see what it does. NIST aligned cryptography, right? Very excited to see what its unique consensus, what it does, protection basically for the new Web3 internet for blockchains as well. We have NYM, right? NIM and XX Network are going back to back here. NYM is at, so we talked Naoris at 3 cents, 4 billion supply, negative 50% down. NAORIS is Naoris, got some, right? I want to be chipping away on that 4 billion supply and get a good amount of some Naoris. We have, especially while it's in the deep reds, there's not many deep reds left over here, you guys. So Naoris has a new website that they released today. Updated website, updated information on what it does, their partners, or what they've been involved with. Dude, they were submitted as a standard on an SEC document, right? SEC document for cybersecurity, right? So very excited to see where Naoris is going to be going here. We shared some of that information on our X. If you guys aren't following us on X, our X is at G_DLT1. Once again, at the at sign G_DLT1. If anybody wants to share that in the chat, I appreciate it. But yeah, new website for Naoris. That's good things. They're getting excited for probably more speculation coming their way, or, maybe more new things being unveiled. But love seeing the activity. I love that they're not boasting their token, right? I love that they're talking about the utility of the technology. They're pretty active on their X, but at least they're not just like pumping out Naoris, like just saying, and their freaking token ticker all the time. They're talking about their tech, the utility, the promise of the tech, or like, why the tech is important. Now, second piece of news here, that is our last piece of news for the day. Maybe we get some more news in our afternoon stream. Remember, 2 streams today, guys, on a Monday. We got our noon stream here, and then we're going to do our little late afternoon stream. I know over there on the west side, or east side, it'll probably be like 8 p.m. for you guys, 8:30 p.m. But over here, 5:30 p.m. west side PST. So we have our news of Lego unveiling smart bricks. What have we been talking about these past few weeks and past month? Get ready to hear smart everything. smart this, smart that, using the word smart for a bunch of things. Now we have, and we've been talking about Legos, or not Legos, talking about toys having AI somehow involved with them, right? This is the beginning. This is the beginning, guys. It's already starting out in this year. By the end of 2026, it's going to get ridiculous. Lego unveils smart bricks, interactive bricks, right? Interactive brick technology that you put onto your builds. And these other bricks, if you're building with multiple smart bricks, they can sense each other in the proximity of their things. This is what I'm talking about. The toys are going to start to move on their freaking own, you guys. You're going to have smart bricks that, depending on how you build, they have lights on them. They interact with the other smart bricks differently. This is interactive bricks now. We are going to interactive bricks of Legos, right? Just wait till other toy companies are saying, hey, look, we're using smart technology or something like that, right? To make our toys now move or talk. Once again, the kids don't play with the toys. The toys play by themselves, right? And the kids just sit there and watch and get entertained by watching these toys do amazing things or talking with them, right? Once again, they want to they want to go for your imagination, your critical thinking, right? They don't want you imagining play situations anymore. They don't want you to just have two toys and talk on behalf of them and, do whatever type of scenarios you do with your toys when you were a young kid. Now the toys are going to be doing that for you while you just sit there and get entertained, right? And you maybe throw out a prompt, do this, and then they do that for you, right? Very, it's the beginning. It's the beginning of crazy stuff that's going down. But now Lego unveiling smart bricks. They're going to be implementing it into their Star Wars and Marvel builds, right? So toys that are going to come out like Star Wars based or Marvel based or any, hell, just future Lego builds are going to start incorporating or introducing smart bricks. These are going to be a hot item by next Christmas. I got a feeling these will be a hot item by next Christmas. Toys are going to look very different now in the years ahead, guys. 2026, 2027, 2028. Get ready for AI to start coming to the children in terms of their toys, right? Not just only now on phones, not just only now in their metaverses. It's going to be through their toys, right? So freaking crazy to see that development happening, right? Let me, you won't hear smart coffee. Oh, man. Oh, man, Base Patsy. Any chance you get, man. Any chance you get. You're hilarious. Martin saying, I'm all in on IoTX, Sologenic, Wormhole, and BSL. Thoughts? All of them are fantastic, man. Love all of those. Love all of those, especially if IoTX is still sub a penny. That's the Internet of Technology, smart sensors, right? Tech. Loving IoTX's potential there. Sologenic, of course, if it's still at 14 cents, this thing could go to dollars. Look at that supply. Look at the XRPL and how undervalued it is. Wormhole, right? The W token, the interoperability layer token. Dude, they have just funneled. They have done wrapped BTC transactions, $47 billion worth of wrapped BTC transaction through their interoperability layer. This is massive. Wormhole, guys, Securitize uses Wormhole in a massive way, right? I can't emphasize the word massive enough, right? This is big for Wormhole to have this, great connection with Securitize. Securitize is invested in not only by Ripple in the early days, but by BlackRock, right? So you got connections here to, great connections to BlackRock with Wormhole, with Optimism, with other, projects that are part of the Securitize umbrella. XTZ, right? Let's not forget Tezos, right? But Wormhole definitely looking like a big up-and-comer. Wormhole's on our deep reds. You're getting ahead of us here, my man. BSL, if it's still in the triple zeros, loving BSL in the HBAR ecosystem. That whole HBAR ecosystem being undervalued right now. Not only HBAR at 12 cents, but Hashpack at 007 still. You have BSL in the triple zeros, I think. You have, what's it called? Saucer Swap at what, a few pennies? Right, dude, Saucer Swap is the premier DEX and has only got more expansion since the last time we have seen it at penny. Saucer Swap is going to melt some faces. If you are doing Saucer Swap HBAR liquidity pools, this is going to be one of the most profitable pools of this bull cycle is HBAR Sauce liquidity pools. Aqua XLM liquidity pools. Atom Osmo or AKT Osmo liquidity pools, right? SHX, XLM liquidity pools, right? There's hell, doing TIBBIR liquidity pools, right? Or TIBBIR staking, right? Shout out to the base Patsy for the P-Pods finance. Got all my ISO 20022s packed. Let's go. Wow, dude. So full disclosure, I have begun the unstaking process for my EWT. I'm going 99% TIBBIR, 1% ETH. Holy cow. Base Patsy, that's a huge... Dude, I'll take your EWT node. If you don't want your EWT node, I'll take it, bro. I'll take it happily. Right? I'll take it happily, man. Yeah, Ken's going to finally get Barbie. There we go. Shout out to you. Shout out to you guys. Much love. But we go to our deep breads now. Dude, there's only like 6 deep breads. And one of them already was shout out by Martin earlier. Wormhole at 3 cents, 10 billion supply, negative 87% down. W looking very, very good, in terms of value right here. At least being able to get whole numbers of this 10 billion supply. This thing is being used as interoperability layer is a crucial layer of the Internet of Value. And W, Quant, and the Atom, Cosmos, IBC, Axelar is still relevant, right? These are going to be important plays, interoperability plays, right? Not many, and ones that are being utilized like W by Securitize. I mean, dude, this one's a sleeper. This one's been hanging out at 3 cents for a while despite the volatility, right? So this is to our benefit. If it starts going lower, if it goes to sub a penny, for example, dude, this is just more of a value if nothing has really changed with Wormhole and W, right? So W at 3 cents, black and white crypto logo, upside down M right there. Measurable data token, also the M symbolism there at a penny, 1 billion supply. But W at 3 cents, 10 billion supply, negative 87% down. Wonderful to see Wormhole at this price point. We got Naoris. We already talked about Naoris at 3 cents, 4 billion supply, negative 50% down. Still a new kid on the block, but dang, man, cybersecurity infrastructure play right here, without a doubt. This is going to be a crucial thing for the layers of the Internet of Value. Naoris looking like it's setting itself to be one of the best in that regard. So at 3 cents, 4 billion supply, easy to get whole numbers of these. Even getting 100 of this 4 billion supply could possibly be a game changer if this thing really starts to roll out its utility and its purpose for being the cybersecurity layer to all of Web3. We have NYM, right? NIM, the decentralized VPN of the Web3 right here at 3 cents, negative 66% down, 1 billion supply. You also have DVPN or Sentinel, P2P, right? As, they've been rebranded to, in the Cosmos ecosystem doing decentralized VPN services. NYM doing privacy focused decentralized VPN at 3 cents, negative 66% down, 1 billion supply. XX Network at a penny, negative 68% down, 1 billion supply. XX Network has been our deep red of 2025, right? XX Network, man, at a penny still going into 2026, negative 68% down, 1 billion supply. Love this crypto. Yeah, you think AXL is a distraction with the price now? I think, oh man, AXL is tough to figure out, but dude, you had SHX giving him a shout out despite them knowing that the development team has been, absorbed by USDC circles. So there's something more to this. Remember, AXL doesn't, it's still an open source technology. There's still other, developers that can be building on this or, implementing it or increase, the growth of it. It's still connected to 80 plus blockchains as an interoperability digital asset here. So AXL, man, I think this could have been FUD, like a big FUD campaign just on AXL for people to not get cheap AXL, to stop investing in AXL like I have, right? I'm happy with my bag of AXL, but damn, man, this is probably like a great time to just be, seeing pass through the FUD and being able to get some AXL and enjoy the ride up. They definitely look like they're doing a major FUD campaign on it, but there's not many interoperability layer plays, right? You got W, you got AXL, you got QNT. Basically, those are your 3 major interoperability player plays. IBC, Cosmos ecosystem, that's AXL, right? AXL is the interoperability layer of the Cosmos ecosystem. right? So I'm excited to see what's going to go on here. You know, there's only a handful of these interoperability plays, man. So if we have whole numbers of each of them, one of them is going to be the de facto interoperability layer for the Web3, the future Web3. And, you know, I'm happy to have my whole numbers of each one of them, right? Almost doubled down my SHX. Let's go. Shout out to you. Lonzo, shout out to you, man. I know you're asking a question, dude. From now on, it's 99 cents per question if you're not a green giant. So it benefits you to become a green giant, do a tiny green giant or more, right? If you guys want, and you can ask as many questions as you want, or 99 cents per question on the stream. I appreciate the question about Canton. We've definitely been talking about that one a good bit. I do have some thoughts on it, but, you know, appreciate, you know, the question there is just, you know, 99 cents for the question, or, you know, signing up for a green giant, and it's $1.99 for tiny green giant or higher. And you can ask as many questions as you want on the stream. Helps us out, helps us keep doing what we're doing, helps us keep, you know, I'm going to do 2 streams today, right? And I want to be able to do this more often. I want to spend more time with the Blue Foundation. This is going to be a way for me to do that, right? It's going to help me quit one of my jobs, hopefully, right? AXL and SHX are working in partnership. Yeah. I mean, dude, AXL is also linked with Link, right? Exactly. I mean, AXL, it's a big FUD, could be a big FUD thing here, right? Yeah, XX Network is a deal. The big star, hey, that's next up here on the Deep Reds. The big star went down to 0002s, right? Went back down to 0002s, got bought back up, and now back to 0003. Negative 47% down, 9 billion supply. Dude, the XPX, the big star, the only full stack technology that is out there, right? That has won a CBDC tech sprint, that has proven itself to governments and banks, right? You know, and once again, very high risk because it is a low cap. It is low liquidity. It is, you know, low price. This crypto could be dead, right? It could be a dead crypto. We always have to keep that in mind. But for $5, we can get thousands of these easily, right? Out of that 9 billion supply and never have to think about it again. Never have to think about it again. So XPX looking like a tremendous deep red yet again, man. We got our freaking wish. We were hoping it could go down to 0002s or 0003s. Fantastic that it did. Scooping up the big star XPX Sirius chain. Fantastic to see it. I can't wait to see what this year is going to bring for XP. Dude, we got a couple announcements, right? Like, remember, 2023, they were ghost. They were almost gone. After that 2022 announcement of their win, they were basically nowhere to be heard from in 2023. And in 2024, just a little spurt, right? The rebrand, right? Coming back to life here, right? Showing that they're doing the rebrand of their logo. No longer Proxima X Sirius chain, but just Sirius chain, right? Getting listed on ChainSpect in 2024 as well. And then next thing you know, 2025, the release of their storage mainnet, right? The storage mainnet finally coming on out, right? Providing not only decentralized data, decentralized compute, decentralized storage, some decentralized identity, right? They fill out every little layer of that stack, man. XPX, fantastic, right? And then to see them release a beta of their Sirius MX wallet in August, right? They're building, man. They're building. These guys are still around. They're just very quiet. Got to watch out for these quiet cryptos, man. The ones that, you know, have this type of level of reputation and they're quiet, right? Doesn't mean things aren't happening, guys. People confuse the public announcements. Like, yes, public announcements are great news, but a lot of these big projects are under NDAs, and probably for a reason, because, you know, these enterprises want security, right? They want to ensure that a limited amount of people even have, you know, own these digital assets whatsoever. That's why they keep them on minimal exchanges, right? So there's low liquidity. They know only a few will be able to, you know, accumulate it, just like Quant was when it was on Bitmart and just Bitmart back in the day, and it was a few dollars. Now Quant's on Coinbase. It's hard to get freaking Quant under $50 or $80, right? SHX was only on Qcoin for a long time. Now when it has more listings, right? Uphold, hopefully Coinbase in the future, right? Kraken, right? Now it's hard to just like keep it under the penny range, right? So it's great to see, you know, that we still have opportunities at things like Dragon Chain, right? That's limited listings. IXO, limited listings. They have connections with Coinbase, right? TIBBIR, still in stealth, right? XPX, still in stealth at 0003. Hey, going into the year of the sun, though, I don't know if you guys know some Sirius star esoteric symbolism, but it's known as the hidden sun, the Sirius star. So at 0003, man, what a value. You also got Aqua in the 000 still. Aqua, the Aqua must flow, man. XLM ecosystem. Awesome to be getting thousands of these so easily daily. I've been starting to convert some of my dog star rewards, not only into blue bricks, not only into XLM, but into some Aqua again, right? Because I'm pretty sure, nothing's a guarantee, but I'm very, very excited to see Aqua get back above 000's range and back into the 00s without a doubt. W, wormhole at 3 cents, 10 billion supply, negative 87% down. We've talked about that one a pretty good bit already. We got Rose at a penny, 10 billion supply, negative 86% down. Rose, the blue Rose, man, still at a penny, dude. This crypto is a quiet one, too, and it's part of the Centralized Recovery Alliance. Got added to the Decentralized Recovery Alliance very quietly, right? They're still building. They're still educating people on their, unique form of consensus, their inherent private smart contract technology, their focus on AI and privacy from the early days, right? Rose has been around for a good bit. Very excited to see where Oasis Network and Oasis is going to do in this bull cycle, right? Even in speculation, I think you can make gains, but I'm excited for the utility era. I'm excited for when decentralized recovery becomes an absolute necessity and an absolute standard across the board, right? I don't think that happens until we have some event that causes the loss of keys, right? And showing that these decentralized systems were able to recover it, right? So that's going to be the cyber event, and that's most likely not this year, right? I don't think the cyber event happens this year. You never know, right? Could happen earlier, right? Could be, NTT Data said early 2027, but it could, maybe they push the goalposts up. Maybe they make the event happen this year of the fire horse, right? Since they're burning the whole system down, why not have the freaking traditional financial system completely compromised in terms of cybersecurity virus? XEN, yeah, gotta love Onyx Coin. Yeah, dude, Onyx Coin's doing its thing. Let's go. Oh, did you hear about Kite, autonomous AI agent economies and agentic payments? I've heard about Kite, yes, and it's connected with Midnight, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think they're connected with the Midnight, connections there, and I think, who else are they connected with Kite? Can I get some more education on that? But yeah, Kite does have that, type of, there are other platforms that are doing autonomous AI agent economies and agentic payments, right? TIBBIR is a big focus on KYA and agentic payments, right? VPay, right? You have VPay. So Kite, I'm interested. I got to do some more research on it. I got to see the type of backing that they've had or types, for their fundraising or whatever. But I need to get some Rose. Thanks. Forgot about that one. Yeah, dude, the Blue Rose, man. Blue Rose, people sleeping on this one. And we could stake it, right? We can get the Rose wallet and stake the Rose on the Rose wallet, accumulate some petals, right? While we're waiting for this cyber event or while we're waiting for this bull cycle, and then we just cash out our rewards, right? We don't even have to touch. Dude, Rose is one of my blue chips. It's a blue Rose. So it's one of the blue chips. We got blue bricks. We got blue dragons, right? Blue Saturns, blue stars, green frogs. Let's go. Loan Protocol coin woke up today on Metallica's big bull flag. Let's go. I mean, dude, Metal and XPR are some of the most divisive freaking projects I've ever seen, man. The fact that no other blockchain project follows XPR network or Metal is so strange to me that it has to be a FUD play. It has to be a mind game play, right? Like at first I'm like, okay, this is sketch. Maybe it's a little sketchy. Maybe they're a scam. It's hard to make that decision, right? But damn, dude, like how are all the major blockchains in on this to know not to follow Metal and XPR? I know it's a big club and I'm not in it, right? But this has got to be a mind game. This has got to be a mind game to just make sure nobody's thinking about accumulating XPR or Metal, right? Or loan for that matter. So we're starting to lean more towards mind game with XPR and Metal, right? I mean, the credit unions that they are accumulating aren't massive, in my opinion. They're all like kind of pretty small time credit unions. But the fact that, they are part of the FedNow payment service, or at least utilizing it, right? You don't really see Fed now acknowledging them to a big extent, but they are definitely one of the users, right? They're definitely, I mean, that's something to be said. There's something to be said about that, right? You got to give some credit. It's just interesting how how 50-50 this really is, man. It's like you have no major blockchain whatsoever following you on X. This is strange as hell, in my opinion. Very strange. But hey, gotta have some, dude. At this point, I don't mind having some in my portfolio just to see what ends up happening. Because if it's this fudded or this like much of a mind game, then the price is going to be just so much higher if it truly is, right? So even having whole numbers of XPR or Metallicus, right, or Metal blockchain, or loan, right? I think that can be some interesting stuff. Once again, guys, we are making gains, right? This relief rally was overdue. This could still be a relief rally and it could still be a bear market, right? Just keeping that in mind, right? Could still be just a relief rally. They have to remember, we've talked about this. They have to liquidate the shorts. Too many shorts got confident with the bearishness. So they're like, oh, it's just going to keep going down. Oh my God, I'm making so much money. Just keep selling off the market or just keep leveraging that it's going to keep selling off. Those shorts are now getting liquidated with these type of gains, with 52% gains in the past 7 days, 45% gains in the past 7 days, 40% gains in the past 7 days, right? So they got to liquidate the short somehow. They maybe even go up a little bit higher, right? To get people to start going long and going, oh my God, we're in the bull cycle, right? And then next thing you know, retracements happen, right? Liquidate the longs, right? They want they know how to play this market, man. This is why we were calling out for a relief rally to eventually start coming, because people can't get this confident in the deep reds like that, where they can just consistently short the market. No worries, brother. Accumulated. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's the play right there, Lonzo. That's the play right there. Accumulating for very cheap at very little price. XPR has been trading, or XRP has been trading higher on Metal Pay than other exchanges. That's hilarious. While virtual is below $10, team tokens remain locked. Governance sits with V Virtual. DAO, the only incentive is to grow real value. Let's go. I mean, virtuals is looking interesting. Dude, there was a major attack on PRXVT, by the way. And these guys are trying to provide private X402 payments. They released their staking way too early. This is what happens. Andre in the house. Thanks for staying locked in, G. Dude, thanks for the donation, my dude, Andre. Thanks for bringing the bullishness here, Blue Foundation. Blue Foundation is making some gains in the past weekend or in these past 7 days off these deep reds. How do you guys have some resources now to start donating to the channel? Holy cow, man. Shout out to you, Andre, man. Much love to you, bro. Can we hit the like on Andre's $10 donation there? $10 holler, man. Shout out to you, bro. He's not even asking a question. He's just saying congrats. Let's go. Virtuals has no competition like TIBBIR. Yeah, I mean, Virtual's they're leading right now in the AI agents without a doubt. PRXVT, dude, they released their staking too early. Somebody who had a ton of PRXVT manipulated the liquidity pools massively, right? And, there's a lot of FUD now towards PRXVT. PRXVT went down into the triple zeros, guys, and it's a billion supply. And it's still the only digital asset or blockchain that is providing private X402 payments. This is a necessity. Virtuals has acknowledged that X402 does have a hole in it, and there's no privacy whatsoever in X402. This is what PRXVT is bringing. So this could be, hey, once again, very divisive, very scary to invest in this, but it's baked into the price. It's triple zeros. $5 gets us thousands of these digital assets. That's only a billion supply, right? They want to enable staking for this thing. They want to enable a deflationary aspect to this project. So PRXVT, now our $5 can get us thousands. We wait for staking to go back live. We stake it. The deflationary pressure starts happening. Private X402 starts going more mainstream, right? Hopefully, PRXVT can come back to life here. But damn, dude, that attack was brutal on it. Basically, so many people got liquidated out of their PRXVT right, in those liquidity pools. This was too early. This project went for staking way too quickly, and it screwed them over, right? Virtuals had to shut off just to protect the system, shut off the PRXVT liquidity pools, right? So virtuals still, PRXVT, very high risk right now at this point, right? But if you still believe that private X402 payments are, going to be a necessity, right? Especially for agentic payments, PRXVT might be looking appealing to you in the deep reds. High fear point right now. I don't even think I'm throwing more, like, I'll just throw $5 at it, get thousands of these, never think about it again. Look for the, go focus on like some better quality tech, right? Or better quality projects like TIBBIR, like Dragon Chain, like XX Network, like Naoris, like XPX, like W, like Rose, right? Hell, XRP, hopefully we were enjoying $1.80 XRP. We could still go down, guys. We could still go down further, right? But hopefully we made a little bit of some short-term, gains off XRP and XLM right there. First mover advantage is huge in business, without a doubt. First mover advantage certainly is huge. And once again, it's still a speculative market, though. At the end of the day, first mover advantage is important, but better tech is going to win out, right? Unless the first mover is able to adopt that type of style of tech because of the amount of, amount of investment that they have, amount of resources that they have to improve the tech to be as good as the better tech that is around, right? This is the speculative era. At the end of the day, there's no guarantees, right, in crypto whatsoever. Any of these cryptos can die tomorrow. Something could go down where their development team get acquired, right? Anything can go down. A hack happens to it. The system gets compromised. Any of those, there's no such thing as a sure thing, in my opinion, in this space, even when it comes to XRP, even when it comes to Bitcoin, even when it comes to any of these digital assets, right? This is why we always just chip away. We never get the FOMO energy. We never just go all in, right? We chip away little by little, and we're going to be making gains on the speculative gains in the speculative bull cycle. And then we can consolidate it into, more blue chips, or what we consider to be blue chips. But those are yet still not even guarantees to be, to making filthy gains, right? And if you're friends with Joe Lubin, XRPL sends BTC like it's XRP. There we go. XRPL will make everything faster, cheaper, more efficient. Let's go. The only sure thing is bonk. Oh my gosh. Can you even sleep, G? Your mind must be full of information. Shout out to you, Martin, man. Hey, man, we eat our pumpkin seeds every morning. It gives us the energy to maintain and keep doing this, right? We've been looking after our health, especially for this year. Volt, XVM, let's go. RPM, shout out to you, RPM, from across the pond. Much love to everybody here. Ledger just had another data hack. More people to get kidnapped. Oh, my gosh. My gosh, man. Hey, dude, that's why, just going with the paper wallet or a steel wallet, or just remembering your keys or something, right? Just let's not depend on devices. LEPAL Titan's air gapped. I like LEPAL Titan, right? Tangem is air gapped, right? I like that too. But at the end of the day, it's all about having your private keys. Wherever you store your private keys, most of the time people have written their private keys down. Hell, you have for your ledger, you have your private keys written down. You have your 12-word seed phrase, right? It's all about, do you have the seed phrase? It's not about the device, right? The device, you could have EMP take out your device. You just buy another device and upload your seed phrase. Bam, right? Everybody's always worried about get Faraday bags, get this. Dude, if it's a paper wallet or a steel wallet, an EMP ain't going to do crap to this device. All you would have to do is just buy another device, upload the seed phrase. Right? Everybody keeps talking about how to protect against like outages or EMP attacks. It's like, yo, just don't have it stored on this electrical device whatsoever. Right? Just hodl your freaking seed phrases and make sure they're freaking steel plated, or in like a, there's gold coins that they sell with a QR code, but still you need a device to access that. Right? So at the end of the day, it's always your seed phrase or the private, complete, written down private key beyond the seed phrase, right? That is important. I actually bought a typewriter, typed out index cards put in a binder in a storage unit. There we go. Dude, and having multiple copies, right? That you can place in places that you know are secure and that you only know about, right? So, you know, I always find it funny when people are trying to figure out how to like make it quantum resistant or quantum hack resistant or, you know, all that type of stuff. You know how you do that? You just keep it in the, you know, you keep the seed phrase. You have it written down. You have it steel plated somewhere. You have multiple copies of it. You know, that's how you can, I think that's the best way for the security, honestly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, typewriter is the bullish tech. Dude, typewriter is the best way to save your keys. You type it down on your paper multiple times, right? There you go. That's the funny thing too, Ski Mask. It feels like we're going back into very retro ways of doing things. Like it's going to be, you know, upgraded tech, but the aesthetic will be, or, you know, things will start leaning into more retro stuff. I think that that's why Severance, if you guys haven't been watching that show, I highly recommend it. It definitely lets you know a little bit of what the future kind of looks like. You know, obviously they're scaring you about this future with big tech and its domination, right? But in terms of, you know, needing tokens to eat, it's a cashless society, right? A lot of other little hidden gems in there as well. Digital twins, AI, stuff like that, right? You know, in that show, they're very retro, but up to like very high on tech, right? So you're going to be seeing that type of thing where like we're getting shown new technology, but in like a retro aesthetic, right? Maybe this is why Stranger Things is so big. People are getting obsessed with retro ways of doing things. This is why people are obsessed with like things like Roblox or Minecraft, because it reminds them of the pixelated days, right? There's this, you know, the past only starts to become more valuable. The things of the past, the items of the past, the hard items of the past only start to become more valuable and more sought after, right? This is why hard assets are going to still be extremely valuable. A lot of people are going to own nothing and be happy, right? We've heard Klaus Schwab say that, right? That, you know, you're just going to have tech provide and do everything for you. And, you know, hard assets are going to be hard to come by, right? It's going to be hard to, you know, hell, these Pokemon cards are going to be extremely valuable in the future. Baseball cards, right? Other items, retro items, vinyl records, things like that, right? I have iron letters. Let's go. I'm old enough that I make it too hard, I'll forget where I'll put my stuff. There we go. Ellie Pal, seed phrase, steel stored in safe. There we go. That's so smart right there. Oh my God, RPM. That's next level right there, dude, where you write the seed phrase in an, or like every third word is really the first word or fourth word is, you know, something like that. That's freaking next level seed phrase storage right there, dude. Cool broken cross on your hat. There we go, James Fulton. That's pretty funny, man. More seeds, more problems. Exactly. Shout out to everybody here jumping on in, guys. 30 likes on the stream. This is our earlier day stream as well. We've already been doing past an hour here, guys. We got to go. But I appreciate y'all. We did our deep reds. We did our news of the day. We did our 7-day gains. We'll be back for stream 2 a little bit later on at around 5:30 or 6 p.m. PST. You know, for the people on the east side, you know, I know that's late for some of y'all. We'll see you in tomorrow's noon stream. We're going to try to do 2, I think for the next 3 days at least, today, tomorrow, and the next day, we'll be able to do 2 streams in the day. So, you know, if you guys have any more leftover questions, feel free to ask them now. Once again, if you're a green giant, you can ask as many questions as you like. And, you know, appreciate everybody's support to the channel. Thanks again for the donations. By the way, you guys are out of this world. Andre in the house dropping a $10 bomb. We had Martin dropping some, even though he's a green giant. El Prey dropping some. Shout out to you guys, man. Thanks for the love. Mix dropping some love and support. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in today's late afternoon stream. You guys are out of this world. But once again, the news of the day, just really fast, a little summary of what we went over on this video. We went over the 7-day gains, right? In the past 7 days, TIBBIR made us gains, 27% gains. DRGN made us gains from the deep reds, 40% gains. IXO, 40% gains. IrisNet, 45% gains. SHX, 52% gains, the most gains in our list here. Deep reds that we have, Naoris at 3 cents, 4 billion supply, negative 50% down. NIM, NYM, decentralized VPN, private focused VPN, 3 cents, negative 66% down, 1 billion supply. XX Network at a penny, negative 68% down, 1 billion supply. XPX at 0003, negative 47% down, 9 billion supply. W at 3 cents, 10 billion supply, negative 87% down. Rose at a penny, 10 billion supply, negative 86% down. So still some deep reds out there to be had, without a doubt. Then we have news of new Naoris website coming on out, and Lego unveiling smart bricks. Guys, this is why Block V with its smart NFTs, won't be surprised if that starts to become a thing. Things that keep attaching the word smart to it. Keep getting used to hearing that in advertising and, obviously here now with toys, smart bricks, interactive brick technology, freaking crazy stuff. But guys, thanks so much for hitting the like on the way out. Yep. NIM is the XX partner. Exactly. NYM is the XX partner. It's the decentralized privacy focused VPN that is partnered with XX Network that is doing metadata level privacy. You're seeing the private Web3 shaping right in front of our eyes. But guys, I'm so grateful to everybody who jumped on in. I'll see you guys in stream 2 later on today at around 5:30 p.m. PST or 8:30 p.m. EST. You'll see the notification. You'll see the ticker for it popping up. I'm going to set up the stream, shortly in the next couple hours or so. I'll put it out there for people to, just be aware that it's going to be coming. Maybe I push it to 6 p.m. PST. We'll see how the day goes, but we're definitely giving you a second stream today. Guys, I'm so grateful for the support. Let's keep the momentum going for 2026. Once again, in the description below, thanks for hitting start earning Bitcoin on your EMBER app. If you guys don't have the EMBER app, we have the referral code there that helps you earn extra Bitcoin for mining Bitcoin on your phone. And once again, you do watch an ad a day, but you can skip the ad. How do you do it? You start earning Bitcoin, the ad pops up, you just close the app, open the app again, hit start earning Bitcoin again, and there you go. You didn't have to waste a minute of your life watching an ad. You just, 20 seconds to do it, bam. Start earning Bitcoin passively. You can make predictions. You can do micro tasks through the app. It's pretty fun. We have our Coinbase ID. We have our Ethereum address. We have our XPX addresses, our native XPX address, our Binance smart contract address, XPX address. We also have our USDC base address available. So guys, thanks for, the support to the channel. We're doing tremendous things here. And Blue Foundation, just so, grateful as always. You guys are out of this world. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. The EMBER app won't let me do anything anymore. I go on games and like casino stuff that I can't do it anymore. Interesting, PF. We're talking the EMBER app, right? EMBER. Maybe, I don't know how many Satoshis that you have. I think you have to have at least 100 Satoshis to play some of the games, or maybe uninstall the app and then download it again and then see if that fixes it. But you should be able to do some predictions unless you're under 18 and knows, through your email what age you are, right? So if you're under 18, of course, you're not going to be able to make those predictions. But anyways, guys, I appreciate everybody's support to the channel. Always grateful, you guys. If you have any more questions, PF, or anything that's going on with your EMBER app, please let us know. But guys, appreciate it. CT, good to see you, man, on the way out here. Guys, once again, thanks for hitting the like on the way out. Thanks to any new members to the channel helping us grow, and thanks to any new subscribers that are helping us get to 6K as quickly as possible. I am so grateful. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you, Blue Foundation. Thank you, Green Giants. And thank you, Deep Red Alliance. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the eye of the tiger. We got the golden eyes, and we keep it crypto. I'll see you guys in the Blue Castle. Much love. Adios.